Hello, Fems, and welcome back to another episode of Femininity by Rachel V. I am your host, Rachel V, and tonight we have another fire episode podcast for you ladies. Tonight I wanted to talk about something that I know that a lot of us femmes are not paying attention to, and it really kills the feminine spirit, your feminine aura, your softness when you're being on your journey to being a feminine woman. You guys know I'm very open about my experiences, and I consider myself to be a feminine goddess because of the things that I have been through and overcame. And now, I am very present, confident, and aware of my energy and who I let around and in my space. But before we get started, I want to talk about some of the things that we have going on next month. September the 18th is our official Femininity brunch. I hope to see all of my femmes there. We're going to have some amazing speakers and some really nice food, delicious food, atmosphere, beautiful, of course. I cannot wait to meet all of you ladies, take pictures, videos, and just have a good time connecting, bonding, and meeting all of my sisters. So tonight, ladies, we are going to talk about bitter, broke, and damaged energies, and why you should stay away from these energies, how to spot these energies, and how to eliminate these energies right away. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. If you are a faithful listener and watcher and subscriber, welcome. Thank you so much for your support. Please make sure that you ladies, femmes, like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel. It helps the channel grow, and it allows the algorithm to really push out my videos. But anyway, welcome to Femininity by Rachel V. I am your host, ladies. So we're going to get right into it. I want to talk about the bitter energy. And I'm not basing it off of like a man or anything like that, because this could be anybody that you have in your life. That bitter energy can really drain and suck everything that you have. So you have to be careful, and I'm going to tell you guys how to recognize this person. This person may have had trauma in their past, things that they haven't dealt with, and they'll do things like gaslighting. They'll say like really mean things to you, or they'll do things where they don't want to hold their self accountable. And this person can be really dangerous to your mindset, because the people that we are around the most, they contribute to us as like constantly evolving beings, because that's what we are. We are constantly growing, evolving, and the people that we have around us the most, they can really influence our thoughts, our patterns, the way we act, the way we sleep, all kinds of things. I'm going to talk to you about this person. This person is always speaking negatively, which is never good. They always blame someone else for their mishaps. Like if they're not working, well, I'm not working because of a past relationship, or, I used to be in a marriage and it didn't work out, and, I may be down on my luck. These kind of people you really have to just listen to, because they will tell on themselves. I always tell women, don't rush to even have this type of person in your life, or have a man or a woman or whoever you have around you. Just be careful, because you don't want to rush and have people in your space that you just really don't know. So the reason why I'm making this as like to dating is because I get so many questions about or I hear stories about women and they can't get rid of these people. And you don't want to have these people around and you can't get rid of them, especially a bitter motherfucker. Like, bitter, I have been through a bitter person. Like, they are verbally abusive. They are mentally abusive. They will bring your whole mood down with their attitudes, because they won't necessarily say why they got an attitude. They won't necessarily say what the problem is. They are not good communicators. Bitter people are never good communicators. They either go from 0 to 10, where 0 is not saying much of anything, making you feel like you are the problem, or they go from 100, which is like just really bad communication. That could be cussing, fussing, blowing up, being like just being negative. That's like a bitter soul, like a really bitter soul. And these type of people you want to keep away from you, because it will drain you. It will make you question yourself. It will make you feel like you're not worth anything. And that is so far from the truth. And that's why I say you have to protect your feminine energy when it comes to this type of person. Bitter people also will be jealous of you too. And they will show their jealousy. All you have to do is pay attention. It may be something like, it could be something so small, like, say you have a new accomplishment, like you just bought a car. You haven't had a car in a really, really long time, right? And you finally go and purchase this car, and you share with this person, I just got a new car. And they say, oh, they don't say congratulations. They don't say, anything other than a nosy question like, what kind of car did you get? Oh, and their response to you will be something like, must be nice. I can't wait to get a new car. A bitter person will not celebrate you. They won't celebrate your accomplishments. They won't give you compliments. They are going to meet you where they are. And that is miserable as I don't know what. It's not right. It's not fair. But we have these type of people. You may have this type of person in your life right now. They are sitting back, upset and mad because you are probably trying to move forward. They are sitting back looking like, why her and not me? You really want to watch these type of people in your life. I had a situation happen where I had told like a friend of mine something like really like a happy moment. And they, instead of like celebrating me or, saying congratulations, they just didn't say anything at all. And I was just like, wow. But when I think about that person and I think about where they are today, obviously I'm not friends with this person anymore. But when I think about their life and the way things was going for them, it wasn't good. It was like, they wasn't having the best time in life and in that moment, So I couldn't share too much of anything with this person because they just was bitter. They were bitter at how their life turned out, how their life was going, the direction that their life was going in. So it's like, you got to watch that too. Like, people that don't automatically celebrate your success and they're not happy for you, it's like they're not going to be happy for you. They might even taint your new blessing. So you just have to be careful. It's unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. Okay. So next we're going to talk about the broke person. It's nothing wrong with someone not having something, but it is something wrong with that person that's delusional and don't want to do anything about their circumstance. I'm 42 years old, right? And I have seen so many things. I've seen people lose money, gain money, lose money, gain money. But this type of person does nothing to get on top, nothing to move themselves forward. They are constantly talking about other people and like doing things like name dropping. And also they'll do things like, let's see, they'll do something. I'm gonna give you a good example. Like, I hang out with so-and-so. They have this nightclub. They have like all these cars and, they have 5 houses in the Hamptons and, they're constantly bragging on other people. But where's your stuff? Where's your accomplishments? What are you doing with your life? This type of person is always talking about what moves they're gonna make. I'm doing this, I'm planning to do this. And it's like, when? They always talk about like when they are going to do something in the future. They don't necessarily have a plan of execution. You don't want to have these kind of people in your life. And I'm going to tell you why. Fems, you want to pay attention to a person that does things like, okay, say you dating, right? A guy takes you out on a date, or they make plans and they always inviting you over to their place. Never like out to like go dine. Like, women, especially, when we first meet somebody or when you first like meet a person, you want to go out. You don't want to be in the house like ordering subs and stuff. I will never forget, I had this client, right? She was super cool, super sweet, right? But I noticed that she was always picking up these certain kinds of guys. And because her standards were so low, she was always attracting a certain kind of guy, right? She was dating this guy. She met this guy on an app or something. And, the guy will always invite her over to his place. They would never go out. This girl, she was super beautiful. She had the nicest clothes, and I'm sure she was getting dressed. So the guy would tell her, listen, let's meet at my place. And she would agree. But when she would get there, they would never go anywhere. They were always ordering like chicken boxes. And I don't know if you know what a chicken box is. It's like wings and fries, the most cheapest meal that you can pay for. And it was like a repeat thing. Like, it was a constant thing. And she would complain to me and I would tell her, stop dating him. If he does not take you out on a date and do it fast, you need to stop dating him. I don't think it's fair for us to work on ourselves, have good paying jobs. I'm sure us femmes are working hard, or we are working towards our goals and things like that, for us to have to deal with broke energy. I just don't think it's right, and I don't think it's fair. I'm going to put you guys on something else. When you meet someone and they do not have their own place, and they of age, this person could be living with their parents, right? Now, it's nothing wrong if you're going through a transition, like you just moved back in state, or, you're just coming home or something like that. But I'm going to tell you something. Those kind of people, you don't want to date them. But also, they shouldn't be looking to date anybody. What they should be looking to do is getting themselves together. Because a person that has their own place a person that has their own place is just showing initiative. If they're down on their luck and they're trying to get themselves together, okay, cool. But if you don't have your own place, you should not be dating a soul. You should not. I'm going to tell you another thing. This is another sign. When a person does not have their own place and they're so willing to be at your house, that's a red flag. That person does not have anything, and that person does not plan on getting anything. A person or energy that has plans on getting themselves together, they are not going to stay at your place and just openly stay there. They are not going to do it. Something in that person is going to say, you know what? Yeah, I really like this person, but I'm going to get myself fully together and I'm going to invite them to my place. Those kind of people you want to stay away from, because what they're going to do, they're going to wind up staying at your place and you're not going to be able to get that person out. They're not going to be paying any bills. And when they do pay bills, it's going to be something small like the cable bill or the gas and electric bill. They're not going to come up with like mortgage money or anything else. They're going to constantly have an excuse. They're going to constantly say, oh, I had to do this, or I had to pay my baby moms that, or I had to get my car fixed, or, I haven't been working. All of those excuses will come up with a person that just does not have it, and they don't have no plans on getting it. None. They don't have no plans on getting it. I do not want my femmes to get stuck with this certain kind of energy. Like, think about it. You will see this type of person in people that were married before, or had a long time girlfriend, or a long time baby mother. And those ladies, they are on the other side of the spectrum, and they probably happy and moving right along. And this person is coming up with excuses as to why they don't have something, or why they are down on their luck. It don't take that long for someone that's ambitious and someone that is a go hard person to get themselves together. So do not listen to those excuses, ladies. Another way you can find out if a person does not have anything for real, is if they are like dressed to a T all the time and they don't have nothing. That's another thing. Like standard stuff, like having a place to stay of your own is standard. Having furniture in your place is standard. Having a job, a job, a place that you go to, whether you're an entrepreneur, whatever, you have somewhere where you have to be. You don't have a lot of idle time. That kind of stuff scares me. Someone that has a whole lot of time on their hands, they like are available, or they are just sleeping all the time. That right there is some troublesome. But they are dressed to the T. They have every designer glasses. They have every designer belt, shoe, shirt. Their hair is done, hair is cut, whatever. These type of people They will rather wear their money on their bodies than invest in themselves. And they damn sure ain't going to invest in you, baby. People can hide who they are for a little short period of time, but they cannot hide. They will forget to pretend. Trust me. This type of person you want to stay away from. Me and my friends call this type of person dressed up garbage. They are not looking to do anything. They consistently want to be a fraud. They consistently want to be that type of person where they wear their money on their back. I'm going to tell you guys a story. I always have a story to tell. I have so many of them. I'm going to tell you, Fems, a story. My girlfriend was dating this guy, right? And they were living together. Well, they weren't dating. They were living together. And he was always dressed. I mean, fashionable. Do you hear me? Fashionable. And what she told me was he was down on his luck and he was having a hard time, but they were living together. So he asked her, hey, can you pay a larger percentage of the rent until I get myself together? Of course, she's a go hard for her man type of girl. You know, all of us, will have been in a situation, or, you should want to help your man out if they're having a hard time, right? But she noticed that this hard time turned into 3 years hard time. Now, she had been the breadwinner now for 3 years. 3 years. And it seemed as though his portion was decreasing more and more and more. But I tell you one thing, that man was dressed to a T. Every event, wedding, graduation, that man was dressed. I mean, dressed. Designer, just looked really good. You would not think that she was going through what she was going through. You would have no idea. She told me about this story. This really expensive restaurant he wanted to go to. Of course, he liked to go out and get dressed and, all of that stuff. And she was like, okay, we can go out. Her being the person that she was, she's like, I'm budgeting my household. We are, basically, we are basically managing our finances. We are basically, just kind of taking it easy on certain things. Now, this had been going on for 3 years. This woman, she loved to travel. She loved to buy nice things. But she had doubled down on that stuff because she was paying more for that into their household. So, she just was sacrificing. They go to this really nice restaurant. I mean, this restaurant is highly expensive, and I'm not going to mention it, but the restaurant was highly expensive is what I know, because I've been to the restaurant, so I know it was expensive. And she was explaining to me that, she was really excited because they hadn't been out to dinner, and, she was really excited, but she had the mindset of, I am going to pay attention to what I order because, he's paying for the bill and I don't want to, run the tab up. So she orders appetizers. She ordered 2 appetizers. I can't remember exactly what she ordered, but she ordered appetizers. And the guy she was with at the time ordered a $200 steak. So as she's ordering her food and she hears him ordering this $200 steak, and she's looking at him like puzzled. So she says, babe, you ordered the $200 steak? And his response was, yeah, why? She's like, I thought we was like budgeting. Like, he was like, oh, you could order what you wanted to order. What in the hell? She told me that in that moment, she knew that it was over between them. And she knew it was over because she felt like this has been going on for 3 years. I have been watching and managing my money the best way I could. But I've been watching and managing my money for your broke ass so that you can feel comfortable and do the bare minimum. I was like shocked when she told me that. Like, just to break it down to you, ladies, like, when someone breadcrumbs you, and what I mean by that, they give you a little bit, they sprinkle a little bit of things, they, make good on some promises, and then they slowly but surely back off. That's breadcrumbing. And a lot of people that don't have anything and don't have any intentions on having anything, they have this mindset. They give you, and then they're slowly but surely back off of it. Their pattern will completely change, and you will be stuck sitting there like, wait a minute, I'm doing all the work? You do not want to get stuck with this kind of person. This will mess with your feminine energy in such a way where you will find yourself working extremely hard. You will be exhausted, tired, frustrated, not wanting to have sex, because I know I don't want to have sex with somebody that's making me work hard. I'm sorry. It's not even getting wet down there. I'm sorry. It's not happening. So she kind of felt like it was a slap in her face. Like, if you think about it, that would be a slap in the face. Here it is. This woman has dumbed down her whole entire life for the last 3 years to sacrifice and help you. And you just say to her at the dinner table, oh, you could have ordered whatever you wanted to order. What in the world? Now, I hope that was a good example for you ladies, and what I mean by someone that's broke and have no ambition and no plans on doing anything. Because men and other energies that are ambitious, they are going to get it. They are going to show you that they want to get it. And Fems, if you are with someone and you guys are splitting the bills, okay, that's your thing. I happen to not suggest that to any female, because how as females are we supposed to be submissive to a man and we are going half on half? How? Because if you think about it, it's not a balance. It's not going to ever be even, because we still have to do other feminine things. We still have to look good, smell good, make love good, nurture good. We have to communicate good. We have to just be that partner. And that's the role we are supposed to play anyway. So if a man is allowing you to work hard and do half on bills, that's, to me, not okay. And it strips your feminine energy. By the time you get home, you're tired. You don't want to have a feminine energy. And that's why I say these type of people, you want to recognize those traits and you want to stay away from those kind of people. Those kind of energies, they don't work good with our mindset and what we are working on as a feminine community. Got it, Fems? I hope that was a good example. Okay, so the next energy you want to stay away from and pay attention to is that damaged energy. This particular energy probably has been through everything under the sun. Everything under the sun. They don't trust. They don't mingle with people. They think probably everyone is out to get them. They have seen and heard so many bad stories. They probably are the type of person that invites negative energy into their lives by like overly watching the news or, just listening to their friends' negative energies, or maybe listening to their friends' negative relationships. This type of person is just always sad in their head. They are not really looking at things as like in whole, This person probably needs like some serious therapy, and that is not your job. A damaged person you cannot fix, ladies, and I don't want you to think that you can fix a damaged person. I had a friend, right? And I'm going to tell you guys about this. I had a girlfriend. She was, at the time we met, she was in a relationship. And she was in this relationship. She had been in this relationship for, I want to say maybe 3 years. And she was a really nice, bubbly person. But I felt like she did too much. I always would feel like she would do too much. Like, she was so willing to spend all her money. She was so willing to plan trips. With this person she was in a relationship, she was always doing the most, like trying to get people to like her. This is the type of person she was. She was like always oversharing. And when people overshare or they just tell too much of their business, they tend to want people to like them so badly. It's like almost desperate. So she was in this relationship and she decided to have a baby. And as soon as she decided to have this baby, their relationship was over. The guy was like, goodbye. I don't want to be bothered. And I was just like, wow. And I remember her going through this really depressive state because she couldn't believe that this person that she was with did not want to have a baby with her. Now, I was like, wow, flabbergasted. Like, I couldn't believe it either because I thought that they had this really amazing relationship. But I became a friend to her at the end of all of that. So I probably didn't know the real dynamic of the relationship. But I remember from that point on, I remember her being 30. And she just felt like her life was over. And you know what? She contributed to her life being kind of over. I don't want to say it's over because your life isn't over till it's over. But she did a lot of things to sabotage her life. She had a really good job. She was doing mortgages and, she was doing like credit repair. And then when that situation happened, she just became the most bitter, the most damaged person I have ever seen. She started gossiping about people really, really bad. Everything was like a woe is me situation. She became highly sensitive. When you're overly sensitive and you take offense to everything, you are damaged. I'm here to tell you, because they make everything about them. This type of energy makes every single thing about them. And it's just not. Go get some therapy. It's okay to go sit on somebody's couch. I mean, she was always upset. And this damaged people, they always want to pull your card. Like, it could be nothing. Like, you probably could have said, girl, I like your hair color when it was dark. What made you go light? And they'll take an offense. Like, what you trying to say? Like, what's the problem? So anyway, like I was saying, she was really like making everything an issue. Every single thing an issue. Like, I mean, like, it could be any little thing. You just couldn't even say anything. It was like you was walking on eggshells when you was around this person. And it just made it very difficult to continue being in a friendship with her. Later on down the line, I realized that she became very damaged. She never got any therapy for all of the things that she had been through. She had went through a lot with her children, and just not being present any longer. Like, she just became like in a stuck place. She never got out of that space that she was in after she had her kids. And I mean, we're talking like 15 years later, she is extremely unhappy. And, she will project a lot of that energy, a lot of that negative, damaged energy onto other people. Like, she would really gossip really bad. And she was always causing an issue everywhere she went. And she didn't realize that she was the problem. Like, even though, she had been in relationships, after relationship, she was the problem. She would project. And I don't know if you guys know what projection is, but it's basically when you're going through something and you're going through something in your life. And instead of like communicating and expressing to the person that you are with or dating, what you do is the energy that you feel, you put that onto the other person, or you invite that type of energy into your relationship. And it makes the other person feel like that they are doing something to you when really you're going through something. It's not okay. I had actually experienced this myself. Projection, and it does not feel good. It feels like you're walking on eggshells. It feels like don't say anything to this person because they are going to basically turn it on you. So just be quiet. And it just doesn't feel good. Like when you're trying to if you are like, everyone is here working on themselves or doing things to improve themselves. So why even invite that type of person or energy in your life? It makes it really hard for you, and it really makes it hard to be in a relationship with this type of person, because nothing that you do, you can be a very nice person to them. You can always be there for them. You can be a listening ear for this person. You can do all of those things, but it's something in them that makes them continue to want to have a damaged spirit. And, this friend of mine, I would probably never be friends with her, but, she just really let it muster and fester. And it just stayed. That mindset just stayed. And she's still to this day, we are talking 15 years later, she's still to this day is in a damaged mindset. So, these are the three energies, ladies, that I suggest that you stay away from. And, it makes it really, really hard for people that you really, really, care for. But I'm telling you, it's just not worth it. We're talking bitter, broke, and damage. The next thing I want to talk to you ladies about is really setting your standards high. Like when we're out here mingling and moving around and meeting people and, rubbing elbows, like I said, it's not just about meeting a guy. It's about friendships. You want to set your standards, and you want to set them standards high. You want to charge and you want to add tax to it. When you have this confident ass attitude, like you don't need anybody, you really don't need anybody. We have been brought to, or we have came to this earth alone. Like I have a twin sister. I love my twin sister, but I came out first. She came out second. And me and her are two totally different people. Like she is a spicy, say what she got to say kind of person. And I'm more like sexy in your face, and I'm kind of like an introvert too a little bit. But I'm saying that to say, like, being your own person and knowing who the fuck you are, it can take you so far in life. Not being pressed not feeling like you need anybody, even though we are here to be like, we're humans. So, you want to be a companion to someone. We long to be around human people, energy, stuff like that. But you don't want to do that in a desperate way. We're not here to be desperate. We're not here to feel like we need anybody, because we don't. Like, when you are confident and you're working on yourself, you have to act like you are that girl. Like, you are that girl. We are not begging people to be in our lives. We are not begging people to like us. We are not seeking after anybody. What is meant for us is meant for us. What is meant to be around us will be around us. We have to walk in faith and understand that every single thing that happens to us, it happens to us for a reason. We have to work on being more confident with ourselves and just really paying attention to our energies. Like, I say this all the time, ladies. I really want you to know that you are amazing, and anything you do is amazing. Anything that you touch is amazing. Anything that you put your mind to is explosive, and you are a bad femme. You really are. And I am going to do a workshop on confidence because it was something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time with my Fems, because I know a lot of us, sometimes we go through situations where our confidence has been shot. We've probably been let down so many times. We feel like, I can't do this, I can't do that. But we are going to delete those thoughts. We are going to work on being more confident. We are going to work on being strong, but still soft. Because, of course, we can be strong and we can be soft too. Fems, thank you so much for being here for another episode of Femininity by Rachel V. My schedule is changing and my son is in school, so I am going to have to change the date of when the podcast is released, because during school I cannot be up late chitty chatting and running my mouth. I can even hear my voice cracking a little bit because I have literally been up since 5 a.m. and I really have to figure this out. Like, I've been up since 5 a.m. and I've been up since then, and it's now 12 a.m. and I have to get up at 5 a.m. But I wanted to make sure I did this podcast for my Fems, my girls, because I love you Fems so much. I appreciate all of the comments. I appreciate all of the shares, all of the things you guys say on Instagram, all of that. Fems, you are so beautiful. Your hearts are so beautiful. Your minds are so beautiful. Let's continue to build. Let's continue to build our mindsets. Let's continue to get stronger every single day. Make sure that you do something for yourself, whether it's working out, writing in your journals, praying, meditating, cooking for yourself, taking care of your skin, exfoliating your bodies. Make sure you are doing something for you, and know that everything that I share is from my heart, and I just want you guys to be aware. I love you, Fems. Until the next time, and I will talk to you girls soon.